Good evening. Good evening. I'm so happy to be here with you tonight. My name is Dr. Angel Kreitz, and this is Wisdom Talk. I had such a great day today honoring fathers and thinking about the amazing spiritual fathers, biological fathers, fathers-in-law, all of the men who were leaders in my life today. And I just was so grateful to have them all. Vlad, it's so good to see you. Welcome, welcome. I'm so happy to see you. I saw that you had a lovely time with your little baby Vladdy. Very good to see you. Hi, Cynthia. Thank you for joining me tonight. So good to see you. But fathering is an amazing thing to be able to do. And fathering was my husband's favorite title. He loved being a father. It's amazing to watch a good father mentor his children, teach his children. Even if they're adults and they're spiritual children, they're still ones that he has influence over. And if he does it well, it's amazing to witness. I have just been so honored to know many great men in my life. And I still know many great men. Today I put a post about Dr. Mike Murdock. He's my spiritual father, and he has been so immensely amazing throughout my life, throughout this difficult season that I just went through last year. I don't know what I would do without his words in my life, without his influence in my life. Who else do we have joining us? Good evening, Deborah. So good to see you. I'm so glad to see you. But I wanted to talk to you tonight a little bit about honor. Honor is the currency of the kingdom. Honor is the currency of the kingdom. We have a lot of different currencies. The currency of earth is time. The currency of friendship is caring. The currency of credibility is accuracy. And the currency of success is favor. And the currency of influence is consistency. And so there are a lot of different currencies to spend to receive back the thing that you're wanting. But the currency of kingdom is honor. The currency of kingdom has always been honor. Honor is very big in the kingdom of heaven. Honor was modeled by all of the great fathers of the Old Testament: Abraham, Isaac, Jacob, Joshua. Well, hello there, Jeff. Good to see you. Honor was modeled by Jesus himself toward his Father, both earthly and heavenly Father. Honor is big to God. God loves honor. He recognizes honor. He recognizes honor in each of us, and he rewards it. And so I wanted to talk to you tonight, since today is the day we honor our fathers. I wanted to talk to you tonight about how to honor our fathers, or things that we should know about honoring our fathers. I just wanted to talk to you about honor, period. So the currency of kingdom is honor. And the first thing I want you to know about honor is that honor is shown through learning and serving. It's shown through learning and serving. There's nothing more wonderful than having someone honor the gift that's inside of you, to learn what you know and to serve in any way that they can to help support you. This is a beautiful gift. This is a beautiful gift. Jesus honored his earthly father, Joseph. It says in Mark 6:3, "Is this not a carpenter?" when they spoke of Jesus. And we know that Joseph was a carpenter, so he learned his father's trade. It's such a nice thing to have someone, to have your child honor you in that way, that they want to learn what you do. Jesus honored his heavenly Father. In Luke 2:49, it says that Jesus told his mother that he was about his father's business. His father's business. And so he was very honoring as well. I was sitting with Dr. Murdoch in March of this year, and he was talking to me, and he said these words, and I'll never forget them. I'll never forget them. It left such an impact. He gave me a big insight of what honor meant to him. And he said, most people care about what I can give them, but sons care about what I think. They care about my opinion. And I greatly treasured those words because it gave me an insight as to what it looks like to honor somebody, what it looks like to honor someone, to actually care what they think instead of being opportunistic and getting what's in their hand. There are 3 things I do every day concerning my spiritual father. Number 1, I listen to his teaching. Now, Dr. Murdoch, he teaches for hours a day, every day, and I can't always listen to every single teaching in its full length. But I do honor him by listening to it first thing in the morning, every morning, right after I pray and read the Bible. I listen to his words. I listen to his perspective on the Bible. I do it via YouTube. I do it via Facebook. I'll do the rewatch. But I listen to his words and his perspectives every single day. If I have a busy day, I might listen to it 15 minutes. If I have a little longer that day, I may listen to it for an hour. But I love hearing the perspective of my spiritual father because he's been where I've never been, and I want to know how to get where he's at. And so his insights are so valuable to me. Number 2, the second thing I do every single day concerning my spiritual father is I pray for him. I pray for him. He values and covets our prayers. And so I think Dr. Kreitz and I started in 2019. We started stopping and pausing before lunch every day and praying for our spiritual father. And that's what I continue to do to this day. And then number 3, I work hard. I work hard to make him proud to call me his daughter. I don't do anything that he would be embarrassed by. I hold my integrity. I try my best to serve him and to recognize him as a spiritual father by mirroring or reflecting what he's about. And so honor is shown through learning and serving. And that's the way I show honor. Number 2 on our facts about honor, on our discussion about honor. Honor will cause you to emerge from behind those you've served without eclipsing those you've served. Honor will cause you to rise from behind those you serve without eclipsing those you serve. I think Jesus expected it. I think when he was here on earth and when he was with his disciples, he completely expected those sons and daughters, those people who would end up being the disciples' disciples, and even the disciples themselves. I think he expected them to surpass them, because here in John 14:12-14, it says, I say to you that he that believeth on me, the works that I do, he'll do also. And greater works than these will he do, because I go to my Father, and whatever you ask in my name, that I will do, that the Father may be glorified in the Son. Now let me pause and explain that to you. What did he just say? What did he just say? He said, you're going to do greater works than these, correct? So that's us emerging from behind those who serve. But what else did he say? That the Father may be glorified in the Son. That God would get the glory. We know anything that we do here on earth is not because of us, but it's because of God. God in us. And God gets the glory for everything that we do. Every success that we have, everything that happens to us that's, good, that's all God. And He gets the glory for it. And that's how we do it. We surpass those we've served without eclipsing the ones we've served. Number 3, honor means I'm respecting what I'm becoming. I'm maturing as a son. I'm going to become a father. I have a spiritual son who came to me and shared that the people he was ministering to the people he was ministering to started calling him their spiritual father. And he was a little apprehensive about that. He was a little nervous about that. But I felt the Holy Spirit tell me that, you know what? He's ready. He's matured. He has learned so much. And if I don't influence him to receive this calling, then he's going to be stagnant. He's not going to grow any further. So I told him, what did you expect? You're maturing. You're becoming a mature son and you're growing, and it's natural for you to minister at that level, for you to become a spiritual father. That's the natural progression of things. I give God all the glory for being able to mentor someone who grew to that level. He had such a great respect for me and an honor toward me that he was reaping the respect of others in the exact same way. Isn't that kingdom principle? I am so proud of him. I am so happy he's become a spiritual father to others. Honor means you're respecting what you're becoming, which is a mature son. You're going to become a father. Number 4, what you honor, you attract. And what you dishonor, you forfeit. What you honor, you attract. And what you dishonor, you forfeit. And we need both of those things to have a great balance. We need both of those things to have a great balance. You must be discerning. Who do you give honor to? To whom do you give honor? Do you give honor to those who deserve honor? Your parent taught you that you should treat everybody the same. When I was growing up anyway, as Generation X, we were told you have to treat everybody the same. Well, that's not true. You have to discern who to honor and who not to honor. The people who increase your faith in God are the most valuable in your life. The people who inspire you to have a bigger faith in God, to have a deeper love for God, to have a better relationship with God, those are the people who matter the most in your life. You need those people. Do they receive honor from you? Do they receive honor for you when they go through a difficult decision or season? Do you become critical or you leave them? I know I've heard a lot of Christian people say, God sent me to this church to be under this pastor, and maybe 4 weeks later, they've said, I didn't agree with what this pastor said. I just don't believe it's of God, and so I'm leaving. I don't think you can get what you were intended to get from that pastor, only giving them 4 weeks opportunity. Sometimes God will offend your heart or your mind to reveal your heart. That's why it's important to honor people. And the person who increases your faith deserves that honor. What about your spouses or your children? I know psychology says that the more comfortable we are around people, the more we'll lash out at them when we go through difficult times. The more we'll treat them with disregard, take them for granted. Can I tell you, I just think that that's so wrong. I'm more conscientious with the family that I live with than I am with anyone else in this world. I want the people that I live with. I want, if I want my spouse, I want my children to feel honored in their own home by me. And if I lash out at them, if I get cranky or sick, I want them to know that I love them and that I'm very apologetic and I will try harder next time. But those people who live with me, I give them honor before I would my neighbor or a stranger. We have to be careful how we talk to our loved ones. Don't you know the influence that you have just in your tone toward your spouse or your children can change them? I've met many, many spouses who were so dishonored by their loved one that they actually had a lower self-esteem 10 years after being married than they did at the beginning of the marriage. No, your spouse should be confident. They should feel safe. They should be honored in their home. You should try to outdo each other with honor. What is honor? It's speaking kindly to them. It's treating them with respect. It's listening to them, learning from them, serving them. That's honor. Do you give honor to people who don't deserve it? You know, investing time is a form of honor. How much time do we spend trying to convince that critic on Facebook that they're wrong? That time you could have given to your child, to your husband, to your spiritual leader, listening to their teaching online. You could have given that time to God, but we're on there. We're on social media. Investing time in a critic, a fool, or a rebel. Don't waste your honor on somebody who doesn't deserve it. Some people say that hate is the opposite of love. I say it's disinterest. Disinterest is the opposite of love. Just ignore the people who are not for you, who don't deserve your honor. Because when you're over there investing time in those people, you're not investing time in the right people. Number 5, show honor with your finances. Show honor with your finances. Proverbs 3:9 says, honor the Lord with thy substance and the first fruits of your increase. Honor returns to a generous giver. Honor comes back to you. If you honor someone by being generous, that honor comes back to you. And sometimes it doesn't feel like it will. I remember a couple of decades ago. I'm going to age myself. I remember giving a substantial offering, something I couldn't really afford, to a very famous, a very popular minister of the gospel who I went to their church. I lived in that area and I went to their church and they started teaching me about sowing seed. And so I went home and I sold. I just opened the front door of my mobile home and I put the sign yard sale on the outside of the door, and I let people come in and buy whatever they wanted because I was trying to raise money to sow a substantial seed. I wanted to honor honor God first and foremost, but also honor the pastor who had taught me about that. I wanted to sow into that word and receive a return. And I knew God would do it for me because he's not a liar. And he said in his word, that whatever a man sows, that shall he also reap. He also said, give and it will be given to you, pressed down, shaken together, running over. So I knew that if I sowed a seed, that would come back to me. And so I carried the money from the sale, and I also carried at the time, I had a large jewelry box full of jewelry that my mother had given me from the collection that she had. And I brought it to the pastor of the church, and he wouldn't see me. An usher greeted me. I brought it, I think, on a Thursday or a Friday during office hours. I had made an appointment ahead of time. I was hoping he would see me and pray over the offering. And he wouldn't see me, and I left there giving to God and saying and feeling encouraged that I was giving it to him, but feeling kind of discouraged that I didn't receive a blessing over it. And sometimes when we give, that's how we feel. We want the return right away. We want to feel honored for giving that. But I think God had a different plan for me, because in my life, he's always taught me that I sow in one place, but I always receive back from him. I always receive back from him. Let me tell you, that one offering, and then after that I tithed, but that one offering made such a return. There was such an enormous return, even though I left feeling discouraged. It was only 6 months later that I was in Tennessee. I moved my family to Tennessee. I earned my first degree, which was my bachelor's degree. I earned my second degree, which was my master's degree. God put me in a position. I'd never lived in a home before. I'd always lived in mobile homes, and there's nothing against mobile homes. I get it. But there's just something about it was in my psyche that I was always kind of a poverty thinker, and that was part of it. And God set me up in a home. I went from going to food banks and fighting other women for the fresh fruit for my children to being able to afford food. God moved. He moved big. It was miraculous because I sowed the seed. Even today, he does that. I sowed a seed last year about this time. It was in June, around the 20th. Thank you, Apostle Squires, for joining me tonight. You are such a blessing in my life. I just want to let you know, happy Father's Day. I know you're a father. You're certainly a father to me as well. And so I greatly honor you tonight. Last year at this time, I went to his church service with that same minister. And God told me to sow some books that my husband had written into him. And so I did that. I was obedient, and I went to the person at the table, and I said, God told me to sow these books into you. Sometimes God will tell you something monetary. Sometimes God will tell you to sow something else. Maybe he'll tell you to sow a word. Maybe he'll tell you to sow time, which to me is more valuable than money, because you can't replace time. You can replace money, but you can't replace time. But anyway, so I sewed some books into this minister, and I was leaving, and I got distracted. I thought I had left something at the table, and I turned around just in time to watch the young lady at the table throw the books in the garbage. But you know what? God is faithful. He told me to sow. I sowed, and no matter what happened with it once it was in their hands, God saw my act of obedience. And I always wondered, why did you tell me to sow books? What does that mean? 1 year later, this month, My book has been endorsed by 2 separate great men of God that I did not know before. One has a syndicated television program. He and his wife, I've gained their attention. They're such a blessing. And the other is a minister of the gospel who has millions of followers. And I have both of their endorsements that I can put on my website now. I'm so blessed. And I believe it was because I sowed that seed. No matter what happens to it afterwards, God is faithful. He'll return it to you. And so when you try to honor someone with your finances, with your seed, that honor comes back to you, but not always through them. It'll come back to you from God. He's faithful. He'll do it for you. Generosity opens the doors for more quality relationships. Like, I'm not a wealthy person yet. I'm not a millionaire, but I am a sower. And so when I have it to give, I will give. And I always act in obedience toward God. I do that. And it has attracted the attention of many of the people that I sow into. And so it opens the doors for me to come into the inner circle, to be able to meet people I wouldn't otherwise meet. There are a lot of people I know that I should not know. God has always been super extravagant with me. Like, I see Keith Johnson is on here. Keith Johnson's an amazing minister of the gospel. He's so awesome, and he's commenting. He's proud of me. Who am I? Apostle Squires is a great guy. Look, I have Felicia Carey. She's on. God has been so extravagant with me, with people. And I believe it's all because of my obedience in sowing, because you can't buy people. You can't buy connections. You know them because God does it. He creates divine appointments. Honor opens those doors. Listen, my last thing, I promise. Honor is not an event. It's a lifestyle. It's a lifestyle. Others are drawn to an honoring person. Listen, there could be 100 people in a room. I may even have the attention of 50 of those people. 50 of those people could be paying attention to what I'm saying. But the one who honors me, the one who shows me honor, that's the person who will get my attention. That's the person who will get my attention. And I believe every Christian leader feels the same way. Honoring's a lifestyle. You can't just decide to honor the people in your life that you're to honor one day and then forget about them the next. Honoring is a lifestyle. Make a practice of doing it every single day. Pray. Praying is very honoring. Pray for your covering every single day. People will go out of their way to help if you have an honoring demeanor. Listen, pay close attention to them. Ask questions. Asking questions is an incredible way to show honor because it shows you're interested. There's nothing more honoring than someone who's interested in what you're saying. I hope that you've enjoyed this word today. I want to greet a couple of folks here at the end of my broadcast. I know that I spent time on the front end, but I just wanted to thank you all for being. I want to honor you too, because you are all amazing. I pray for you guys. I'll read your comments. I pray for you guys at the end of every broadcast. You are special to me, and I very much love and appreciate you. Cynthia Lee, thank you for watching tonight, darling, and Chris Dare. Gina, oh my goodness, thank you for watching. You're so wonderful. Mr. Kasani Watching from India. Oh my goodness. I don't even know what time it is in India. Jeff Patzer, I hope I didn't keep you up too late, you early bird. You wake up at 4 in the morning, yes? Let's see. Clovia Husky is watching. Thank you so much for watching, Clovia. It's a great honor. Sharon. Wow, it's so good to see you. I hope Tim is doing well. James Kurtner, good evening, sir. I hope the prison is going well. You're not a prisoner. I want to make that clear with everyone who's watching. He's not a prisoner. He just works at one. But I hope your prison ministry is going well. Deborah Weitzel, thank you for watching. Blessings and blessings right back to you. Michael Lemon, he was a teacher. He never instructed anyone to worship him. Well, that didn't have much to do with my teaching, but okay. Sheila, sister, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Bonnie Kreitz, cousin Bonnie, love you. Thank you for watching. Gonna have to block some people. Let's see. Anyone else? Dale Hughes. Your daughter's graduation pictures were so beautiful. I hope that you keep me up to date on what they're doing next. That would be great. But I love you guys so much. Sonia, thank you so much for watching. You guys are so amazing. I'm honored that you're here with me. Felicia Carey, Keith Johnson, you're awesome. Thank you so much. Holy shoes, I've got a lot of comments to read tonight, but you guys are awesome. Thank you. And thank you, Lynette Sampley, for watching. I really appreciate you. I hope that you'll go to my website. A lot of you have signed up for my newsletter, which is a great thing because I'll tell you why. In my newsletter are these links, and they go to the YouTube channel, which will hold the Wisdom Talks. So now if you find a teaching that you really love and you want to go back and listen to it again or show someone else what I said, then you can do that by having my newsletter and clicking on the link. Also, if you have a Google account and you can subscribe to a YouTube channel, Purpose International has all of that now. So I encourage you to sign up for the newsletter at my website, which is www.mypurposeintl.com. That's www.mypurposeinternational.com. You can sign up for the newsletter there, and then you'll receive a link to take you to the YouTube channel where you can reference all of these wonderful little videos that are coming out. They're going to be coming out more and more. Also, keep your eye out because I have 2 courses coming out. One on how to write a book. I've already taught it twice to you guys, but you'll be able to access it from that YouTube channel and my website. I want to take a moment to welcome Mark Dorn and say thank you so much for watching. I have thought about Papa Dorn all day today. It was such a blessing to have a great father of the faith sitting next to me at lunch yesterday in Orlando. You guys are such an immense blessing, and I thank you so much for spending time with me yesterday. I am such a blessed person to have met you. But let me just say also that you'll want to keep an eye out for my swim. We're doing swim again, School of Wisdom in Marriage. That's going to start very soon, and you're going to want to keep a lookout for the newsletter on that. So go to my website, mypurposeintl.com, sign up for the newsletter. If you'd like to call me, my number is 615-948-2212. You can also text that number, 615-948-2212. If this has blessed you, like, comment, share, and pass it on. Love you guys so much. Praying for you always. Bye-bye.